Question 1. If 112 naira exchanges for 14.94D, calculate the value of 1D in naira. Solution. From the question, this is true. Now, to get 1D in naira, you simply divide the given naira by 14.94D and multiply your answer by 1D. When you do that, you have 7.49 naira. That is the value of 1D. B is the correct option. Question 2. Solve for S in the equation. 3/5 times bracket open 2s minus 1 bracket close equal to 1/4 times bracket open 5s minus 3 bracket close. Solution. You can do this in two ways. To clear the fractions, you can multiply through by the LCM of 20, that is the LCM of 5 and 4, or you simply cross multiply. Whichever way, you have this result. If you expand first, 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2s, 24s, minus 12 times 1 is 12. 5 times 5s, 25s, minus 5 times 3, you have 15. If you collect like terms, you have minus 12 here. If you transfer this, it becomes plus 15. You have 25s. You transfer this, it becomes minus 24s. If you add and subtract, you have 3 equal to s. Therefore, s is equal to 3. D is the correct option. Question 3. Given that cos x degrees is equal to 1/r, express tan s in terms of r. These kind of questions are very common in WAEC, and the approach remains the same. Now, tan s is defined as the ratio of opposite to adjacent, and cos s is adjacent over hypotenuse, meaning opposite is needed. From the given information about cosine, you draw a right angle triangle in order to get the set that is needed to evaluate tan s. That is the opposite. So this angle is the acute angle. This side is opposite, is unknown. This is adjacent. You have hypotenuse. Since the triangle is a right angle triangle, you use Pythagoras rule to get the opposite side. Now, the rule states that square on the longest side is equal to sum of squares on the other two sides. Hypotenuse is arrow, so you have arrow squared equal to AB squared, that is the opposite, plus 1 squared adjacent. If you transfer this to the left, you have this expression equal to this. Now, to get AB, you need to take the root of both sides, and you have this result. You cannot get tan s since all the sides of the triangle are known, and adjacent is opposite. Tan s is opposite over adjacent. Now, opposite is square root of arrow squared minus 1/1 adjacent, and that simplifies to square root of r squared minus 1. D is the correct option. Question 4. The diagram shows a cyclic quadrilateral PQRS with its diagonals intersecting at Q. Which of the following triangles is similar to triangle QKR? This is Q, you have K, and you have arrow. The one similar to it is P, you have K, and you have S. That is option B. Question 5. In the diagram, OP and OR are radii. PQ is equal to QR, and reflex angle PQR is equal to 240 degrees. Calculate the value of S. Solution. From the diagram, the two radii are equal, no doubt. These two sides are also equal because of the markings. So we can form two isosceles triangle if the diagram is adjusted to this form. By this is one base angle, this is another base angle, and the base angles are equal. Now, if we are able to get this angle and get this angle, and the base angles are equal, we can take it as a quadrilateral and add the four angles and equate it to 360 degrees. But this angle is needed and this one is needed. Reflex angle POR plus obtuse angle POR is equal to 360 degrees. Sum of angles at a point. You have this expression. If you make the obtuse angle the subject, you have this. When you subtract, you have 120 degrees. Now, the same reflex angle POR is equal to 2 times angle PQR. Angle at center is twice angle at circumference. If you divide the reflex angle by 2, you get angle PQR to be 120 degrees. Now, in quadrilateral PORQ, if you add the four angles, the sum is 360 degrees. So you have 2s. You transfer the sum of these two, that is 140 to the right. You have it in this form, and that gives 140 degrees. To get s, that gives 120 degrees. To get s, divide both sides by 2, and s is 60 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 6. If a number is chosen at random from the set S such that 4 is less than equal to S less than equal to 15, full stop, find the probability that it is a multiple of 3 or multiple of 4. Solution. This is the given set. From the symbols of inequality, it means 4 and 15 are inclusive. So you list all the elements from 4 to 15. From this place, you have to define two subsets. The first one is subset A, multiple of 3. From the given set, you write out all the numbers that 3 can divide. That gives this set, and there are 4 elements in set A. For set B, multiples of 4, you write out all the numbers that 4 can divide. They are 3 in number. You have to check whether there is intersection or not, and by checking, you have it to be one element. So number of elements in A intersection B is equal to 1. So probability of A or B is expressed in this form from the concept of set theory. Now, if the intersection is an empty set, this term becomes 0. So you always do a check. So if there's no common element, you just take the addition of the two subsets. So this is set A. The total element in the given set are 12. So you have 4 over 12 plus 3 over 12 minus 1 over 12. That simplifies to this. You have 6 over 12, and that is 1 over 2. That is what you have normally. But going by the option, this result is not there. The question didn't make use of this term. So if you take the sum of A and B alone, you have it in this form, and that is 7 over 12. So C is the correct option. Question 7. Solve the equations. 3s minus 2y equal to 7, s plus 2y equal to minus 3. You have a pair of simultaneous linear equations. So let's solve them using elimination method. The two equations, you label them as equation 1 and 2 in this form. For us to eliminate, the best variable to eliminate is y, because it has the same coefficient in both equations. Since the signs are opposite, you simply add. When you add, you have 4s equal to 4. Divide through by 4. S is equal to 1. To continue, you need to substitute s equal to 1 into any of the equations, but I'm using equation 2. This is equation 2. Anywhere you see s, you replace s with 1. You transfer 1 to the right hand side, you have this result, and 2y is equal to minus 4. Divide both sides by 2. Y becomes minus 2. Therefore, s equal to 1, y equals minus 2. By this, A is the correct option. Question 8. One of the factors of mn minus nq minus n squared plus mq is m minus n. The other factor is, you simply factorize by grouping. You take two terms with common factor as one group. Now actually, these two terms can form one group, but when you take these two as one group, there is no common term, so you have to look at it carefully. So if you take these two terms as one group, it means you cannot factorize, and you will not have any answer by that. So you have to look at it very well. Common term is here, so you take the two. So you take first and third terms as one group, then second and fourth term as one group. As you are doing that, always follow the order of the letters. Q is common. Look at M and N. You have M before N. So we start with MQ minus NQ. From the first group, you factor out N, you have this result. From the second group, factor out Q, you have this result. Clearly, m minus n is common as one factor, you take it outside, you have n and plus q combined to form the other bracket, which is the second factor. By this, C is the correct option. Question 9. A container in form of a cylinder has a base radius of 14 cm and height 18 cm. How many liters of liquid can it hold correct to the nearest liters? You have to find the volume of the container in cube centimeters, divide it by 1000 to convert it to liters. Volume of cylinder is this. You have 2 over 7 for pi times 14 square, that is radius square, times height 18. That gives this. To get the volume in liters, you divide through by 1000 and you have 11.088. To the nearest liter, you have 11 liters. A is the correct option. Question 10. Find the size of the angle marked S in the diagram. Solution. Diagram is adjusted by marking two other angles. Now, angle A is equal to B, so you have to get angle A. This is 90 degrees. Now, if you add the three angles in that triangle, the sum is 180 degrees. That triangle is a right angle triangle. You can as well add the two angles and equate it to 90. That is complementary angles. That is what you have here. And A is equal to 38 degrees. B is equal to A equal to 38 degrees, vertically opposite angles. Now, this angle is exterior, this is interior, this is interior, and they are opposite to the exterior angle, so their sum is equal to S. So S becomes 90 degrees plus B, that is 38 degrees, and you have 128 degrees. C is the correct option. Pittacus Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos.